Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with esteemed trainer Don Charles. Don, unfortunately, Harry was on the end of the wrong decision in his eyes, maybe your eyes too. Talk me through the fight.
Yeah, basically. No, I thought the scores were accurate. Normally I'm moaning and saying, no. It was a very hard-fought fight between two young heavyweights. Let's face it, that was a very hard contested 8-rounder for both fighters. Neither of them have done 8 rounds before, so they showed a good account of themselves. For two prospects unbeaten to meet like that and gave every round for heavyweights. A lot of punches were thrown. No complaints. Jamie was busier than us, and there's nobody likes losing, especially me. But if you're gonna lose like that, in my opinion, it takes two to tango. There were two dance partners. They danced well together, and Harry will be back. He'll be back. That was a good for a neutral watching that. You don't usually see heavyweights with that type of output for the whole duration of 8 rounds. They were working. So there's a lot of things that was going on in there. A lot of skills coming from both sides, considering how early in their careers they both are. I'm really proud of my guy, Harry Armstrong. He's resilient, he's tough, and he showed a lot of heart in there, and a lot of technical skills was on display. Defensive drills, defensive skills, because if he didn't have those, Jamie's been getting rid of people in quick fashion, and I'm sure he came there to try and blast Harry away, but I could have told him he got the wrong guy, wrong place.
Don, could you tell me, just elaborate on where you feel Harry picked up the points and maybe lost the points in the fight?
Yeah, it's quite simple. From where I was standing in the corner, the other fighter was busier. A lot of those punches were partially blocked. A lot of those punches were blocked. But in the referee's eyes, the busier fighter, come forward fighter, the decision usually goes to them. But if you're looking at it for a punch that was landed, then a draw wouldn't have been a bad shout. Yeah, on the punches that were landed. But like I said, I speak the truth, nothing but the truth. Although it's against my fighter, the Jamie was busier than us, and he came forward for the 90% of the duration of that fight. He was on the front foot. So judges or referees will always favor person on their front foot. So I've been in this game a long time, so I kind of know what's what. No complaints. We'll go back to the drawing board. But my guy showed a very good account of himself, and I think from here on, like I said, if you're going to lose like that.
On your fighter, Harry will want to be on his own journey. However, if he's matched up with another prospect who's got a bit of, the system behind him, it looks like he'd be a match for quite a few of them, and maybe cause a few upsets too if he's put in with some of the heavyweight prospects too.
Most definitely. I mean, listen, we were grateful for Boxer to give him this opportunity. He's never fought on this type of a big stage, big platform, right? So considering all that, under the big bright lights, he dealt with it well, and I hope we'll get offers, yes, to fight these signed acts. He's as good as them in some cases. In most cases, he's better than the already signed acts. I think from what people saw tonight, if you're honest to yourself and if you know about boxing, then you can see the potential Harry Armstrong has.
Don, away from this, can I ask you, I spoke to Derek Chisora a week or so back. I said to him, are you returning back in the ring? He said Saudi Arabia. I don't know what that quite meant, but is there a fight maybe lining up for Derek, do you know?
Well, it seems that you know more than I do. Quite frank, the honest truth is that since the loss to Fury in December, we haven't actually sat down to talk boxing, me and Derek. I want him to go away, which he did, and recover, recoup, and there's plenty of time to talk about boxing. We haven't discussed boxing because there's life also, not just boxing. So we haven't sat down since then to talk about boxing. We will do that in due course, but as we speak, you seem to know more than I do.
Would you like him to continue? Where's your heart land on Derek continue or not?
Like I said, till I have the conversation with my fighter, then I can't give you any answer. So right now, I'll take a rain check on that one.
It seems like he's doing promotional stuff as well, though. Maybe something for the future for Derek. He's doing the promotional side.
Absolutely. Life after boxing, he deserves it. Derek Chisora deserves everything he gets. He's put a lot into British boxing. and he's a loved character. You know, the character that he plays, or over the years, people have bought into that character, and they love him. And yes, it'll be really fitting if this business is trying to do in Saudi Arabia. Really, he deserves to have something like that, and then that would be, you know, because a lot of boxers retire and they don't know what to do with themselves. But at least if he has that type of involvement at that level, I mean, this is the top level, then God, he deserves it.
Don, can I ask you, Anthony Joshua for Jermaine Franklin, the press conference was the other day. The team have settled on Jermaine Franklin as the opponent. Do you feel that's the right opponent for Anthony Joshua, Jermaine Franklin?
Me personally, no, I don't think he's the right opponent. I stand to be corrected. I would have liked somebody more a bigger unit, static. The guy's quite tricky. He's very savvy. Yeah, he's very savvy. That the chap that Anthony's. I wouldn't have chosen him as Anthony's next fight. No, I wouldn't.
Who would you like to have seen Anthony Joshua in with? Is there a name that maybe you had in your head?
Well, there's a few names out there. You know, someone like people might say, oh, someone like Takam, who was a controversial stoppage back when they fought at the Millennium Stadium, I believe. Yeah, you know, someone like that. You know, there's a Tony Yoka, the Olympic gold medalist in Rio. There's Michael Hunter. You know, this young kid, the worst people to fight, people who haven't got much to lose. They've got to fight to lose, but this chap hasn't got anything to lose. When you come in with that sort of attitude, you're at ease, you know, at ease. So, yeah, I don't think they should have chosen that. But nevertheless, we're here. They've chosen. It seems that that's who he's fighting. He'll beat the guy, but I think it's going to be hard, nice work.
Don, I was very surprised to see you, and you have followed AJ's career. He was asked like what's keeping him, what's motivating him, what's his desire, and he said money. He's never said anything like that before. Were you surprised to hear that, Don?
No, because they're prize fighters. I think he said it himself. Yeah, maybe he hasn't said that before. But what does it say on here?
PUG. PUG.
Yeah, which is an abbreviation of the word pugilist. Before boxing was known as boxing, you're a pugilist fighter, which translates you're a prize fighter. So yeah, he's right. Of course, everybody does it for money. Of course, he's no exception.
Do you think we'll see Anthony Joshua mix it up with Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder this year? And if you were to choose one of those fights, which would you rather see for Anthony Joshua this year?
Between Fury and Wilder?
Yeah.
Wilder.
How come?
Pardon me?
Yeah. Why Wilder over Fury?
Because Fury is very tricky. I've trained somebody 3 times to fight this guy. He's a chameleon. He changes colors in front of you. So I'd rather go with somebody that we know what he has. Anthony's boxing ability is far more superior than that of Wilder. Wilder has the equalizer, yes he has, so does Anthony Joshua. So that's the fight that's the fight. I think the public would also love to see that fight. And I know I favour my guy, Anthony, to come through with that one.
And last question I want to ask you, you mentioned about, you know, fighters after their careers, they're sometimes lost. There was a video surfacing of Kell Brook not in the best of states, maybe needs help right now.
I'm glad you said that, because, you know, human beings, we're very, very quick to condemn somebody, put them down. You don't know what the guy's going through in his life. Yeah, obviously, I'm sure he's not proud of what he was seen doing, but it's time to gather somebody, hold them, show them some love. Like you said, the guy probably needs help, so it's not, you know, what am I to make of it? He was doing something that he shouldn't have been doing, and I'm sure he's sorry about it. I think he's actually publicly apologized as well. So the guy needs love and some kind of help, guidance.
Well said there, Don. We'll leave that there. Thank you for speaking to Seconds Out. Commiserations on the defeat. Thank you once again. I appreciate it.